So, question for you, because I'm really out of touch with the whole meth stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is the process to actually drive on a run?
In regards to,
Because I know Patar said people, what is it, people that cook should have priority?
it is people that cook have a priority, but I mean, in fairness, like, you know, Jay drove one, Matt drove one. You know, when this was discussed, James wasn't on the app, so he wasn't really included in the conversation
Oh shit!
of
Yeah,
whether
that's
he
true.
was going to be driving a run. So that was,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, that's why the conversation of James driving a meth run, you know, has never been even really spoke about because we knew he couldn't. Does that make sense?
I completely forgot about
Personally,
that.
personally, I don't think. I feel like he should probably do the next one in fairness because he has been cooking. You know what I mean? And then we can do it on a cycle like that. Then it'll be Jay, then it'll be Matt and Jay. You know what I mean? And if anybody else wants to join, you know, I am a believer in. I'll be honest, right? I am a believer in if you cook, you should get to do a run. But I also feel like then you're only incentivized cooking to benefit yourself. Like I don't feel like I don't. I'll cook meth, and I don't want to go on a run. You know what I mean? So you know, if that means that I cook meth and Jay drives it instead of me, that doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. It's nice to have a bit of incentive, but regardless of whether you're driving it, you should still want to put in the effort. That's my honest opinion. Like
I hear that.
if everybody had to be incentivized to do everything, nothing would get done. You know, like
that is true.
But nobody said to me, "Oh, wake up at 6 a.m. this morning, plant some weed, and I'll give you this." You know, I just did it because I know tomorrow for a fact people are going to need weed. You know what I mean? Like,
because Jay was saying that he wants to cook, but he can't cook because Matt and James have the tables.
No, he can cook. He just didn't want He didn't want me to buy an extra table.
That's what I'm saying. So you said to me that if people stopped cooking, you would give me one of theirs, and you did say that recently people have stopped like cooking a little bit. Like you said that it hadn't been done in like 3 days, and then I mentioned it to them,
and everyone starts cooking.
And then they started cooking again. Yeah, it was like right.
And we plan on doing
if it's a case where you don't have to cook and you just go down and runs, then
just give me a sec. I'm just having a chat
to get you the table. But
Alright, so
if people are not cooking in general, we should just pass.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think people, what they will do is don't get me wrong. Collectively, they both have been cooking. You know, I think. I don't know.
Do you need me to cook as well? How often can we get runs if they? Because the thing is what I said to Eli.
I mean, I bought another 40 pillows this morning.
The problem is, I did a run, right, 2 weeks ago. Why did it take 2 weeks for us to do another run? We've had the run for ages.
Because nobody wanted to do a run for some reason when I was in jail, so nobody organised it. Everyone just...
That's not true.
Yeah. So I got 31 pillows this morning for 2k each. All 75 grade.
Shouldn't we be at the stage where we don't need to buy them? We'll just produce them ourselves?
Yes and no. I mean, if you're getting 75 grade pillows for 2k per... You know, there's definitely no point passing up on that. And the main other reason that I'll buy in pillows is because then I'll resell them at a higher price to other people. So it just kind of makes like steady profit for the gang, even if we don't use them for a run, for example. But it just depends because, you know, even if we're paying say 200k for a run, we're not. I'll be honest. The way that cops respond to meth runs has changed. You know. It's a lot more, how do you say it, not excessive, but it's a lot harsher now, you know what I mean? It's a very different you know.
And that's why for the first time we had a plan, which was we're going to take the tires of the cops using silencers. That's why I told James to get silencers, because I said to him, right, go out your way, get the silencers. It will look good on your part that you've got stuff set up for a meth run. And that's why we had a plan to take tires. And that was the plan to do that, to shoot. Because basically we had a conversation with Hydra and they said the only way you're doing it is if you shoot, because they've been struggling as well recently. So the first meth run where we did that was yesterday, and Matt changed the fucking plan. So it didn't work.
Yeah,
I know he doesn't want to admit it, but that's literally what happened.
The thing is, like, but so we're buying, even if we all buy meth runs, is the way I look at it, right? If there's enough people awake, yeah, the locals will clean enough to buy a meth run in 2 days. So when you think about it, if we're cooking enough to get our own meth run going in a week, and then, for example, we're buying a meth run in a week, which the cost is completely negated by the locals anyway. Yeah. And if it's successful, obviously we put the full money that it cost back in before the split's done. then there's going to be, in theory, 2 runs per week. So that's going to give, you know, people opportunity to drive them, you know?
And if I cook, would that go up? Because if I cook as well, and we can all do one each, and it stops people bitching, then I'll fucking cook, and I'll just say, fine, just buy me a table. But I don't want you guys to fork out 150k.
The problem, I
it's not
don't
going to
think,
change anything.
yeah, I don't. I mean, unless you can cook. If I'm buying, for example, how many pillows can I get a week? Probably 20 to 30, like from one person. Maybe I can arrange more.
Steve?
No.
Who are you getting them from? 'Cause I know Steve's always offering up pillows. I know Tic Tac's always offering up pillows.
Yeah, so people, I suppose, come and go in regards to them selling. So Tic Tac will, but it depends what kind of gang he's trying to impress that week. You know, if he's trying to impress a different gang, he won't sell them to me.
Yeah, I hear that.
No, which is fair though, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same as me. Like,
Yeah,
I brought
you gotta
my
do what you
meth
gotta do.
speciality to Mandem. If you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I was gonna, you know, it was what I brought with me. You know, so you're
Yeah,
gonna
you
offer
need to
that to
prove
a
your
gang
worth.
you're trying to prove. You know, it's the way that it is. Steve, I haven't really spoken to because I'll be honest, I don't know. You know, I wanted to respect the gang's wishes and everybody in the gang, so I wasn't going to go and then strike a deal with Steve because I didn't. But then apparently now we're not. I don't fucking know.
What the fuck
Yeah.
are the gang's wishes? Because I feel like I missed the
People
fundamental
are,
conversation.
People are roping the gang's wishes into Dean's wishes. Nobody else cares about that situation but Dean.
So what? So
Like-
what was actually? Because you have to understand, I was locked up for 5 years, so I don't really. What I got is the shit that unfolded. Then there was a conversation had. I wasn't privy to anything that went on with him getting removed, with Steve coming to the block. The last thing I
wasn't awake
remember,
that day either.
The last thing I remember, Steve wasn't coming to the block anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't awake that day either, but I got told that Dean pulled out a gun and told Steve to get off the block. Patar then had a conversation with him and said that you can't be doing that. And then Dean wouldn't listen and said that I'm going to do it again. He's basically the gist of what I'm getting. I could be wrong, so it might be worth checking with someone else.
So I mean,
Patar said, well, since you don't want to listen, I'm taking your vest, and then disappeared.
So like, because basically I called before I went to jail, like, and when all that shit kicked off, I was gonna have like a chat with Steve and just gonna say, Steve, I obviously understand that, you know, some of the boys, like, whatever, have got opinions, but like I say, you know, that doesn't change my opinion on you. I think you're a good guy, whatever. And then he called me like yesterday, he's like, you ready for that chat? And I'm like, well, I feel like everyone's just fucking with you now, mate. So there's not really any, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just kind of gone back to normal. I ain't gonna lie.
From what I've got, because I've seen him a few times, right? So basically, the vibe I'm getting now is that Steve won't be joining the Mandem because that goes against what Dean thinks. But now, then again, that could have changed because Dean's been fucking booted himself. But from a personal level, from everybody, give me a second. From a personal level, like from like everybody else, I mean, he's all right. He's not a bad. He's just a guy. You know what I mean? It's just.
Oh yeah, no, I knew
he can do
that.
what
I
he
knew
wants.
that, but I just, you know, I didn't want people to like. I wanted to make sure that me, you know, setting up deals with him that benefit the gang wasn't going to upset people. So if that's something that's not, and nobody gives a shit, then like if we've if we've agreed
from
that
what Dean said, it sounded like you just didn't want him on the block. That was it.
So Dean said that he didn't want to see him near his property or something, apparently.
Right.
And then, bro, this I don't even know. All I know
think the
is
whole
someone said
I think
that Tommy told him that he had no authority to ban anyone from the block, which
Right.
is essentially what.
okay,
probably
well,
meant.
it's fucking
That's
what a mess.
That's the gist I've got, which is basically Dean doesn't want him on the block, but Dean has, well, definitely doesn't have authority now, but didn't have authority anyway. Everyone else was kind of cool with him. We were gonna, for the long run, it was basically a case of like, and this went for everybody, including Nuno, I'm guessing, because of obviously all of our problems. We're not going to be worrying about even thinking about getting anyone else in new. If we can't fucking sort our own shit out, why the fuck are we going to add more problems to the fire? You know what I mean?
Look at the last fucking
I mean,
4 or
it's-
5 days.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking shit
exactly.
show, innit?
Exactly. So we don't need to be adding more people in because, I mean, the thing is, as well, they don't like people like Steve and Nuno.
Hey, never
and
say
whoever
never,
else
chat.
wants to join your fucking Tic Tac ages ago. Don't
Yeah.
see this side. They only see
A lot.
the nice, you know, green grass, flowers blooming side of the Mandem. We
we-
don't see the shit show
But I
behind the
can-
scenes.
We'll come grab you in a second. Where you at the block?
James, I just told him to
All right,
give me a
yeah,
minute.
easy.
He called me before you as well.
We'll be there. We'll be there in a moment. All right, easy.
Go on, James, Eli.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
just
James.
saying that like the people only see like say the green grass flowers bloom inside of the Mandem. They don't see the shit show behind the scenes a lot of the time. I mean, we do let it out sometimes, but normally around people we try and keep it a bit tight. You know what I mean? So it's not that deep. But people don't realize what a fucking shit show the Mandem can be. So that's why obviously we're saying there's no point even remotely thinking about fucking like getting more people in because it's only just gonna cause more problems. You know what I mean?
I can't lie.
So
I thought the same thing around the time when Denzel was hanging around.
I'm gonna keep it real, and I said this before, and I'll say
I
it
thought
again.
this for like the
I don't know if
longest.
I've ever said it with Denzel present, and I don't mean this in a bad way, obviously, but I think for a lot of people, Denzel kind of slipped under the radar a little bit because with the Mandem, usually it takes 7 to 9 months to become a hang around, 8 to 6 to get your vest, and then 14 to 25 to get your chain.
You know me, you guys.
And Denzel kind of speed ran the whole thing because I think.
Yeah, we are
No,
here.
no,
You know what I mean?
I think everyone was kind of blindsided a little bit by the whole war stuff, by the meth stuff, kind of. And like I said, I don't mean it in a bad way, but I do think he kind of slipped under the radar a little
Rev up
bit
the
because we didn't
Bugatti.
even speak about it.
Professional
It kind
speedrunner.
of all just happened very quickly. But I don't think anyone was really
You know,
opposed
fast
to
track
it.
for the
Not
yeah.
like
Get me
anyone
to the
really
leader
had much of an
position.
opinion.
Get me
It
to
was
the
kinda
leader.
like, oh,
Get me on the
well,
podium, chat.
It kind of just happened. And I think
I'm gonna report our shit. He's
it be what
reporting
it
me.
be, like
We're done.
in the long
Speed
run,
hacking,
obviously
mate.
Denzel has been a great asset to the Mandem, and I mean, fucking hell, he pulls his finger out more than Mothers combined. You know what I mean? And I'm one of them that's included in that half. I barely do fuck all. You know what I mean? So trust me. But I
Get the
mean,
chain
I
out
don't
now,
know.
mate.
As far as I'm aware with the Steve shit, it's a case of he's quite welcome to do whatever the fuck he wants, but I think he's got the message from us all that he's just a mate.
The thing is, though, as well, all right, I cannot fuck with somebody because somebody don't like them. That's fine, but I ain't gonna hate someone because somebody tells me to. Like, if I don't have any, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go out my way to, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna, what I'm saying is I'm not gonna try and make it awkward for people that are in the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people have them kind of feelings, that is what it is. But I ain't gonna alienate somebody or not speak to them just because, like.
Qatar said that though.
It's the same,
Qatar
like,
said,
but it's the same with the BSK situation, isn't it? Like, I could say, you know, oh, I hate BSK, don't even speak to any of them, but like, I ain't even about that. I don't even give a fuck. Like, it is what it is. Like, we've had that conversation with them. I think Winston reached out and whatever. Like, like, I don't know. Like, I think we just gotta, like I say, sort our shit out, and then we can kind of go from there.
We can't sort shit out without him. Like,
Well, yeah,
sorry,
100%.
like, I mean, you do a great job of keeping us in check when he's not around, but we really need fucking Qatar.
Actually, yeah,
like,
Denzel on the app
'cause
before
the thing
MDMA. That
is-
was a